Hello, and welcome to Blood City by Night, a Chicago by Night chronicle. This is quite an exciting week for Vampire. We've had big news. Coders New York just came out. This next week, well, technically this week, we have a couple big books dropping: the Cults of the Blood God Kickstarter and the London, what is it, Fall of London Kickstarter?
Yeah, Full London, yeah.
Fall
Yeah,
of London comes out on Tuesday.
yeah, huge. Yesterday there was the big charity stream by Outstar, and there was a lot of information about Bloodlines 2 that came out. They restarted up the Tender app beta ARG, which is currently going on again. And yeah, they've extended to some other puzzles. The whole uh, that whole that whole there's so many things. There's the Hunter website. There's the secret puzzle guy that messages you kind of thing. Yeah, it's nuts. But we'll see if we can integrate some of that to our game today. But before we start that, I'd like everyone to go through and tell who they are and who they're playing today. Let's start with Jolene.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tokyo Rose on the chat, and I'm playing Sparkles, who's a Malkavian. And I appear to be around 15 years old, dressed like a scary Guido Lily doll. And this is my bestest friend, George, with a J.
Hi, George. All right, Nigel, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your character?
Hey, my name's Nigel. I'm Nubs the Zombie in the chat here. I'll be playing Ben Borson. I have the feeling he's not long for the world due to recent decisions he's made, but we'll see what happens with this big burly gangrel.
Outstanding. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, hi, I'm Chris, the Primogen in the chat. I am playing Augustus Squared, who is an expat, that's the word for it, La Sombra from Scandinavia, who decided to hightail it out of the Sabbat and try life anew in Chicago. And I'm hopefully going to be okay.
And our Harry.
I am Harry. I play Deacon Grant, a former member of the Second Inquisition, now trying to hack it as a Thin Blood. Hopefully, again, also probably not long for this world, but here's hoping.
Many kindred who aren't sure if they're seeing their final night tonight. So we had an issue with Ben Borson. He did frenzy 2 times ago, 2 sessions ago that is, and he had that deer man thing going on for a bit. But everyone seems to be hiding out and laying low. So we'll give you the 2 weeks notice where you're able to hang up your antlers, if you will, and become more of a human-looking individual again. Everyone, please describe what you're doing in this time while you're trying to lay low and avoid hunter attention. Whoever wants to go first. All right, go,
So
Jillian.
I'm thinking I want to see if we can find somebody that can switch out our phones, because just in case we could be being tracked.
Okay, sort of like a more subvert kind of thing. You're not just going to go to the Mac store and getting new iPhone, that kind of thing. You're actually trying
No,
to.
because what if they have cameras that see us?
Got you. So I would like you to roll um, uh, resolve and streetwise to thoroughly figure out where that needs to be done and how you can avoid surveillance. You've given enough time that one success is plenty for this sort of thing. Um, you're able to get safe phones, able to properly dispose of your old phone. Does anyone want to trust Sparkles in this task for themselves, or does anybody want to do something similar?
I would
not
trust
trust
Sparkles with my life.
Not only do I trust Sparkles, but I'm too smart not to, or too dumb to not to.
Ah.
It takes real kidneys.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, you're fairly confident that the phones should now be clean. Um, New replacements, used parts, and refurbishings that um, have no association with your original contact, new numbers, that sort of thing.
I got to go off mic for a second. I got to switch headphones.
Sure.
Something's going weird here.
Brilliant.
I think I'm still gonna be suspicious, so I'm gonna like buy the biggest bag of chips I can and eat all the chips and like put the phones in the chips, or like buy those like mini chip bags too.
Okay.
And I'll just tell them just in case. You never know.
They gave you some really weird looks, like, okay.
And I know
Strange
that
one.
watch TV, it's a known fact that if you put your phone in a bag of chips, it really helps to kind of confuse the GPS.
It's the inner coating of the aluminum. It's very complicated.
Also, the oil and grease.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
um, on that note, you've been given light tasks in the past few days. Nigel's been contacted and asked to bring the coterie back to the king to report on the progress, but also you've been given word that an Elysium will be called this night to discuss the new going-ons of hunter activity and a possible Second Inquisition move in Chicago. Is there anything you would want? Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Do we roll for rouse check?
Yes, if you wish to wake, if we're moving forward to the night in question, then we shall all do rouse checks for the night.
Ooh, I'm getting the munchies.
All right. I'm gonna assume my fed since then, so I'm at hunger 1 and then doing a rouse check, or is that okay?
Yeah, everyone starts at hunger 1 today.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm getting no. I'm not getting. No, I'm not getting hunger. That's great. Also, sorry if I was fiddling around a lot before. My headset was just being weird. It's apparently we're very quiet too, and someone mentioned in the chat.
I'm back.
I guess those potato chips were oddly satisfying.
So Deacon gets hunger,
Yep.
but everyone else does not. Okay.
It's the weakness of his blood, or lack thereof.
So it would seem.
Don't be clanist, Ben.
I think it's generationist.
Yeah.
So you're ageist. No, not even ageist. Yeah, generation.
Harry's at 2, everyone else is at 1, and is anybody gonna hunt tonight before they start their own motivations?
I really see no reason to, but
before we jump into that, should I cover what I was doing during that 2-week period?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. We left off with me getting some guard dogs while I was waiting in the woods. But as soon as that was done, I was going to actually pick up an actual dog, not a wolf. So I can take it places. You know, it's a little weird to have a wolf with you.
True.
So hit the pound, pick up a large breed dog or two, and make one my familius during that 2-week period.
Okay.
All right.
Quite acceptable.
I've I have to trying to find my accent again. Sorry. I've been quite busy. No, that's not it at all.
Wrong accent. Who are you today?
I've been doing too many accents. I'd say I've been quite busy. I've been actually doing my best. Oh God, no, I'm not doing it right at all today. I'll just go with my
Breathe.
ordinary voice.
Just breathe.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've been finding it rather interesting to see how far I can take this blood worship of Cain in this den of sin that I've been staying at. Considering I managed to convert one of the prostitutes, might as well pursue the others. And this T-bone or T-steak or whatever the juicy kindred's name was decides not to let me. Was he a kindred? Was he a ghoul? I'm not entirely. I don't remember.
He's a ghoul, if I recall.
That's correct.
All right. Well then, I don't really care for his opinion now, do I? So, T-bone. I mean, steak. So I will simply try to establish something of the beginning of a cult, if you want to call it that, if you want to be crass. Something that just shows the great Father Cain my appreciation for every night that I wake up able to pursue my own agenda. So in essence, I'm essentially converting the prostitutes to worshipping Cain.
Okay.
Either way, they end on their knees.
Quite.
Fair. I would like you to roll leadership and charisma.
Oh, certainly. Leadership charisma, you say?
Yes.
Then
I often don't find many leadership roles, so this is a great opportunity for it. 2.
is that enough, or should I use a willpower point to boost my
2
successes?
would be enough to get them to follow through with your instructions. If you would like a fanatical cult who's just like all about it, I would recommend more successes.
I'm quite satisfied at the moment. I don't really want to cause any waves, at least not yet. But I do believe the clientele will find that this place has gotten a little bit more exotic since last time they visited.
So, is this going to be more of an orthodox sort of religion, or are you integrating some of the new teachings from the book that you've...
Oh, that's quite an interesting question. If there is anything in this book that I found that would further my path down the worship of our All-Father, then I would certainly try to implement that, but with care. This is a very old book, and I don't want to accidentally summon an ancient Methuselah or something like that.
You do find some version differences than from what would be mainstream Nodist lore, if there is such a thing as mainstream Nodist. But yeah, there's certain characters that seem to be introduced that you find quite fascinating. Most likely.
Interesting. I shall have to study this further. These characters, are they at all familiar to me? Are they biblical in nature?
Their gravitas and importance in the story are quite what you would describe, what you probably would describe as biblical.
Interesting.
If I can actually find it. That's right, lore sheets are under coteries. Chicago by Night for some reason. The character is known as Shalim.
Shalim.
Yes. Which further research has which simply can be Googled. That is also the name of the Canaanite god of dusk and night.
Ooh, that's almost ironic. Well, not ironic, but I certainly see it as a sign. So I shall pursue this lead. Of course, I will be doing it with utmost care. This is, as my good friend Ben would say, not the first time at the rodeo.
Close enough.
you Americans and your expressions.
So Harry, have you been doing much in Chicago this past 2 weeks?
I've probably been terrified that a vampire is going to come and kill me, so I've probably been holed up in my room, wherever that is.
You're welcome to stay over at Ben's place. So
I was with who was I with? I believe you left me with someone last time whose name's escaping me.
Genghis.
Yes, I guess I'm staying at his place.
That's right.
You
That
poor
safe
soul.
house.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would even be more terrified to stay at my place.
Maybe.
So Harry, you are the only one who has hunger too. At this
Yes.
time, would you like to attempt to feed before you meet the others?
I'm good for now.
Okay. So who's making the first move tonight?
Well, Ben was the one who got the call, correct?
Ben was the one who got the call from T-Bone about meeting the king.
oh yeah, I'll send a message to everyone else about we got to meet with the king. Not sure what it's about, but yeah, let's see where this rolls.
Oh, yes, that sounds brilliant. Deacon, we haven't told you about the king yet, have we?
No.
Well, you'll like him. He's very straightforward. Quite different to the usual. Well, you wouldn't know the Camarilla either, would you? You did meet the sheriff, but he's rather forward. Just be on your best behavior. He is a king, after all. And don't stare at the missing eye.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm not interested in meeting the king. I don't like that. I don't think we owe him anything.
You're certainly welcome to pursue other leads if you want, or other goals. I consider him a potential worthy ally, but I agree with you, Sparkles. Our business is, strictly speaking, finished
Well,
for now.
because I don't mind playing with you guys and doing fun stuff because it's fun, but I don't think this king is all that he says he is.
Oh, really?
And
Would
I
you
have some
care to
laundry
elucidate?
to worry about. We have to do some release parties and stuff.
I still say we pull him in two. But he's got enough allies, I'm not exactly confident to take him on myself.
Well, and also the new Star Wars movie just came out.
Star Wars.
Haven't you watched Star Wars, mister?
I believe I recognize the name. Is it the one with the pointy-headed man who's all logical and the... No?
No. That's Star Trek. You've got your universes all crossed.
Star Trek. So,
My
all right,
first
well,
date was actually at the very first Star Wars premiere. So, yes, I've seen them. May the fleas of 1,000 camels infest her nether regions.
charming.
Oh man.
Shall we then?
So why don't
yes.
you guys go meet with the king and I'll catch up too. And remember to keep your cell phones in the chip bags because you never know who could be tracking us.
All right.
And,
Are we supposed to also eat the chips, or?
No, I ate them to spare you guys.
I see. Well, that's very kind.
I don't want perfectly good chips to go to waste on you.
It's very thoughtful of you, Sparkle. Deacon, are you capable of eating chips?
Not sure. I suppose we should find out.
I suppose we should. Let me just cover myself in a top, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, we cram it in one end and see which end it comes out.
For the record, I do
it's actually eat food is the one that allows you to eat.
Oh well, I do not have that. So.
You're a thin blood. I do believe you can do it automatically.
Oh, that's nice.
This is very important. Can Deacon eat chips? We must spend at least 15 minutes exploring this.
We could just go to the king and I'll look it up in the background.
I'll eat a chip and see what happens.
Brilliant.
I mean, what happens now isn't necessarily what happens later, right?
While we're meeting the prince.
Okay, so you're, who's going to see? Wait, are you going to go see the prince or the king, or somebody else?
Oh, sorry, not the prince, the king. The king.
Just all head to a different location. It's okay. Perfectly fine.
I think Sparkles is the only one not coming. Why is Ben? Are you not joining us with the king?
Oh, I'm going.
Okay, so everyone except for Sparkles is going to the king. Sparkles, what are you doing during this time?
So I'm gonna make sure that everybody in the movie theater knows which movies to like really pay attention to.
Okay.
And since I haven't been there for a while, I'm sure there's a lot of things and emails that I need to deal with. And you know, people on their holiday schedules.
I recommend Knives Out. That was a really good one.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things.
For the record, page 218 in the core book states that thin-blooded characters can not only use touchscreen, but they can eat and drink without needing to roll for Blush of Life.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Oh, and I'm also gonna pick out my outfit for Elysium tonight.
Good idea. Best to have your most refined outfit on, everybody. It is at a at the art museum, so dress up.
Ooh,
I wonder if I should wear my charcoal black or midnight black shirt.
There's a difference?
Well, it's minuscule, but it's there. I could show you later if you want.
Man's got that sponge.
It's in the fibers.
It's all just the same outfit 20 times.
I was actually considering wearing a bow tie, but it looked a little bit too much clownish. So.
Hey, bow ties are cool.
They certainly are, but cool and stylish not always the same.
True enough.
So you find the king's domain just as dusty and overworn as you remember. As you approach, it appears abandoned, but as soon as you make your way inside, you see his guards and the king himself sitting on the throne.
What does this throne look like?
It looks like it's cobbled together from pieces of junk, but its overall shape and silhouette definitely remind you of some sort of maybe even fantasy throne, not even necessarily a real throne, but it's made out of like other chairs, toilet seats, furniture, that kind of thing.
So a hobo version of the Throne of Swords.
Exactly.
I would just like to bring attention that there are several complaints on the chat right now that the players are almost inaudible, that the storyteller is much louder than we are.
Interesting. That's similar to the complaints last.
Let me see if I can prop my mic up to get it a little closer.
I don't think it's on our end, though. I hear you.
Yeah, it's probably a right balance.
Yeah, maybe if you just right-click on us, see the user volume thing, and bring it up a bit, maybe that'll help.
But you'd have to close full screen to do that.
I don't think so. Let me check.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh no, you do. Yeah, that
yes, it's another beautiful feature of Discord. Why would that possibly be useful for anyone?
Okay, I've been able to increase your volume in Discord. We will test this out for the next few minutes and see if this makes it better.
All right. Let's test our microphones.
Testing.
Testing.
Are
Test.
Testes, 1, 2. If you got 3, go to your doctor.
mhm. Hey, that's perfectly fine. There's people of all types and numbers of testicles. 0, 1, 2, 3, some 4. No. We don't judge
I'm
here.
just trying to get it. I spent a lot of time with bikers over the weekend. They got a demented sense of humor, so I'm like in full Ben mode right now.
Sound.
You have returned, and it's been a long time. You see the one-eyed king still maintaining a proper appearance of his name, for he's still missing an eye. Scarred all over. It doesn't look like he's healed a bit since, which is very unusual for your kind.
Looks like we need to turn it up just a little bit more.
It's at 100%.
Damn.
In Discord as well.
Yep.
In Discord, you can bring user volumes all the way up to 200.
Oh, okay, 200%. Yeah, it's at 200%.
Ooh. All right. Testing again. Sorry, just if people can't hear us, then
The new original is could be a Windows volume mixer thing.
could be that one too. Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I am keeping a close eye on Deacon, making sure he's not looking at the eye of the king.
I am very much looking at the eye.
Perfect.
And myself and my as of yet unnamed hound just standing there listening.
Have you thought of what to name him yet? My suggestion is Scooby-Doo.
Well, that would make sense if he was a greyhound, but he's an Irish wolfhound, so...
Wait, but Scooby-Doo is a Great Dane.
Or, yeah, Great Dane. You're right. My mistake.
So...
Has 4 legs, a tail, and ears.
If we're gonna name him Scooby-Doo, then we gotta be the Scooby Gang, right? So, who's who in this gang?
I think that makes Augustus Daphne.
I have no objection to this.
That is entirely accurate. Augustus, I guess.
I even had the same hairstyle as her. She's brilliant.
Are you Velma?
I don't think I'm Velma. I think, well...
Fred?
Maybe. Maybe I'm Fred.
The dog is mine, so that automatically makes me Shaggy.
Yeah, and so then that would make Sparkles Velma.
No one else for you.
But then, George, what would George's role be?
Scrappy-Doo.
Oh. Hopefully Sparkles won't take offense to that.
George definitely takes offense to that.
Vincent Price. He had a recurring role.
Oh, yes, and the Ghost of Scooby-Doo, correct? I like that one.
Yeah.
None of you consider it strange. I don't know what Star Wars
I know
is, but I know
sounds
Scooby.
very, very strange.
No, I was gonna comment, but...
Everybody knows Hanna-Barbera.
Who?
The creator of Scooby-Doo.
Yes, I was... Yes, you're correct.
Though, out of character information, Casey Kasem did the voice of Shaggy and was succeeded by Matthew Lillard, who makes a whole host of great gaming products if anyone's ever interested.
Oh, I'll have to look him up.
I was not aware.
Yeah.
Well, shall we see if the king has finished staring at us? He was saying it's been a long while since we last saw him, correct?
Yes. All right, I'll reply to that. Well, getting staked by a bunch of hunters has that effect on people. Oh.
Don't hear David at all.
Yeah, we got no David.
No.
Someone was saying that nothing.
Someone was saying that it could be the volume mixer in your capture software. I don't know if you've raised that one. But yes, we can't really hear you now.
Yeah, I can't. I got you at 200%, David, and I can't hear a thing. So anyways, sorry about this, chat. But you know, tech happens. So what happened to the king? What's with his... Why is his face all fucked up?
Are you asking that in character?
Yeah, slightly, yeah. I'm whispering. Just, why is his face all fucked up?
Alright, I've got David turned up to 200.
Me too. He sounds like a whisper.
I can hear,
something.
Faint... Yeah, I can hear a tiny amount of voice waves. Did your Discord accidentally change audio sources? Because sometimes it does that for me.
Yes, it could be that.
Can you hear me better now?
Much better, but it's still quiet.
Much better, but still near silent.
Hear me better now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know why that would have went down, because I didn't touch that. But okay.
But you did raise our volume now, though. So
there we go. Okay.
We're back.
Hopefully we're all on the same page at this point.
Hope so.
We're at least in the same book.
Somewhere. Yep.
Awesome. Now you know the truth.
Wait. You knew about the hunters?
I did. They are
and yet you sent us against them. Without warning.
I knew you had to see for yourself.
Which also, I turned to Augustus, I'm like, that kind of implies that he had total faith that we would either die there or get out. Either way, he profits.
So, let me get this right, King. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself. The name's Deacon. You sent my...
His name's Bait.
Bait. I see.
So you sent them to die against the Inquisition. You sent them against hunters. I mean, look, say what you want about having faith in them, but that was a suicide mission.
Did you achieve an allegiance with Noah?
I would certainly say we did. I would even think he considers himself indebted to us. On the other hand, there is also the possibility that perhaps that's information better left unsaid, unless it's worth something to you.
Noah's the airport guy, right?
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, King, I get the feeling that Noah knows full well about the hunters and the copious amounts of cocaine flowing through his airport. He's up to no good.
That is the information I was wondering whether you were interested in, but, well, now you have it.
Well, it's out there now. Whoops.
But you now see why the Camarilla, the current establishments within the city, and their foolish games matter not. There's a greater threat all around us. Inquisition in Chicago.
I assume that you've informed Prince Jackson about this, or are you keeping this close to heart?
Jackson's more concerned with petty politicking, determining whether or not your clan deserves to be treated equally. Making you hunt your own. Such
sorry. Yes, well, whether or not I care too much about my fellow clan members is a personal question, but I do agree that Prince Jackson does seem a little bit too concerned with the smaller details, not paying too much attention to the bigger picture, which I assume is what you're getting at. This is certainly a threat to all kindred and Cainite alike. I do believe you have more information on this matter than we might have at the moment. Care to share about it?
Chicago has, up until recently, been unaffected by this global attack against our kind. Minimal damage to kindred, kind of like.
Your face notwithstanding.
Yes. You could say that. Those of us have suffered. Make sure survival of our kind continues.
Yeah, what happened to all this? Your face and all that? If you don't mind me asking, your
mind.
What? My apologies, then.
My traumas are private. I will not ask you about your past.
You're welcome to ask me about my past. I'm an open book. Maybe...
Gentlemen, please, let's try to stay on topic.
Yes.
The Inquisition, the organization that our good friend Deacon was a member of not too long ago, has established foothold in Chicago. Why, then, if I may be so bold to ask, have you not sent your own men against them? Or were you testing their powers, figuring that these pawns were disposable enough that it wouldn't matter if we were lost or not?
I don't know about pawn, but you're certainly a bishop.
No, I wish.
Wait, if he's the king and you're the bishop, does that make T-Bone a queen?
Well, I would consider him more of a rook, but... You know, narrow-minded, one-track thoughts.
Yeah, that's true.
There's only one king here.
Alright, Elvis, so what would you have us do?
What has kept us safe is the fact that I've made sure that we've kept lowest profiles of any major city in the North American continent. However, all these meetings, disruptions, battles with lupines, other such just ludicrous actions has been drawing attention to our city. We might have missed the first wave, but we might be the cornerstone of the second wave. These attacks. We've grown too prideful with our fortune. And so we should remain subtle for the moment. I would ask that you attend Elysium. Tell the prince everything you know. And one more thing. I'd like each one of you to bleed for me right now.
What do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm new around here.
Excuse me?
What do you mean bleed for you?
We scanned you on the way in. Tracking devices. They're deep inside of your bodies.
God damn it.
We'd like to cut them out of you and leave them here.
Where in our bodies are they?
Somewhere between your stomach and your liver.
Can I roll to see if he is telling the truth?
Yes, roll insights and wits.
Literally what I was about to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
Oh, 3 successes. Is that going to be enough?
You got a pretty big insight pool there, Augustus.
Well, to fight your enemy, you must know your enemy. So, I say as I stare at the prince, trying to decipher if he's lying or not. No, I don't.
He's...
But you also got 3 successes, so...
Yeah, you don't think that he's making this up. It doesn't seem like... It would seem like beneath him to make up some random thing about tracking devices in your body. It seems unusual for him to even say those words, no less lie about it. He seems too old school to be talking about tracking devices.
How did you scan us?
My associate here. Someone comes from outside of the shadows. I call him the Doctor. Wearing a face mask, long white hair.
Well, my king, I must admit that is a gracious offer on your part, and as a sign of trust, I shall submit myself to your expert surgery. My comrades here will, of course, wait until it's their turn, and should anything unwelcome happen, I'm sure they will act upon it. However, I do believe... Thank you very much, Deacon. I do believe I will be the first. Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
Thank you for volunteering. The voice comes from beneath the doctor's mask. Brings out a gurney. Please lie down on top of this.
Naturally. I lie down and unbutton my shirt. Please try not to stain the fabric. While red certainly doesn't show up too much on black, it leaves a terrible crust that's hard to get out.
Baking soda and vinegar, my friend. Stick to cold water.
Brilliant.
That is good advice. From seemingly nowhere, suddenly he has a scalpel in his hand. He proceeds to slice through your abdominal tissues, cutting fairly deep, just opening you up. It hurts quite a bit. However,
it takes a lot of my willpower not to just sink my fangs into him, but I do my best.
Then he will reach his entire hand into your stomach not really properly spreading the muscle and skin.
Oof.
But then he pulls out what looks about a little bit over an inch round. Is a like a red pill almost, plastic. The king waltzes over, picks it up, tears the plastic off, reveals this metal interior. Such wonders of them. Twists it, throws it on the ground. Chris, you'll take 2 superficial wounds for cutting in.
I don't have to roll for frenzy, I presume. Having a knife in me, I mean.
No, not at the moment.
Perfect, thank you. Well, that does bring me down to 3 health, though. That's
It does.
unfortunate.
However, you should be able to heal that fairly rapidly.
I think I'll try to do that. While you do the rest, I'll keep rolling for it. It's one rouse check per wound, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Who's
Right
next?
then, here we go.
Alright, I guess I'll go next.
All right.
And I look down at my hound and I'm like, Bran, make sure there's none of my mess around. Gonna have the dog lick up the blood.
Ooh.
Are you using fortitude at all to stop it, or do you want to just relax and let him cut in as deeply as possible?
I think I'm just gonna let him cut into me. Honestly, I am very high on hunger and didn't realize it when we got here, so I do not want to risk frenzy right here.
Okay. Pain makes you clench your teeth. However, you've had worse. I mean, you were just shot up at some point too, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Um,
And I have been letting wolves and dogs eat me.
yeah, that's probably far worse, being torn by teeth. Yeah.
And one very confused sheep.
And one very, very confused sheep. You have also lost 2, I believe. But that's fine.
That
'cause
is
you're
what you
huge.
did to him.
Yep.
Oh no, that leaves me with 7.
Oh, only 7.
You're a freak.
Bait, you're up.
All right. These guys do anything. You know what to do, guys. And I'll get on the gurney.
Laugh hilariously.
So Harry, you're a thin blood. Do you have do you take damage the way that do you have that merit that lets you take damage the way that vampires do?
I do.
You do.
I do, I
thought
took
so.
that.
Okay. Otherwise, this could get a lot bloodier.
Yeah, this could be very bad.
Yeah. Generally, if I want my character to survive, I definitely take that merit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get cut into as well. Very similar to the last 2. Except you probably feel a little bit more. Just
Yeah.
no mechanical effects. Just like you just gotta bite down. Yeah.
Yep.
You. Are you gonna heal up too, Harry?
Yes, I will. Rouse check for that, right?
Yes. 1 rouse check per health level.
How much damage do I take?
You took 2.
Okay, then I'll try to do 2.
I am so low that I'm actually just letting them sit there and my dog is lapping it up as I drip.
Hunger 3. Oof.
But I do take the opportunity to send Sparkles a text saying, "You got a tracking device inside you."
Oh, boo. What do I do?
I give her a vague description of where it is, and I'm like, "If you want, I can cut it out."
I could probably cut it out myself.
All right.
Sparkles, are you going to attempt that yourself?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to find yourself a nice secluded space and hopefully some medical equipment?
Oh yeah, in my haven, I have all sorts of medical fields.
Okay.
With a nice room with all the plastic draping everywhere.
Sure.
You have a kill room.
No, I don't. It's the entertainment room.
You act like you're surprised.
Oh no, I'm praising,
it's
not
for
surprised.
Games. Yeah. Do an intelligence plus medicine to properly operate upon yourself.
I have 2 success.
That should be enough. You don't find it right away, but you slice around a bit more, you're good. You do 2 superficial wounds to yourself, and don't pass out or anything like that. In fact, I don't know. Maybe you feel glee and the sensation of pain.
Oh yes, like bloodletting always makes me feel happy and lightheaded.
Like extreme cutting. Yay.
Oh dear.
Please don't try this at home. For vampire kind only. And Sparkles, do you want to heal up your wounds as well?
Yes, I'll do that. And whatever I think the blood that I've been collecting, I'm going to freeze it and make it into popsicles for later.
Ah, excellent. Blood sickles.
Yum.
Okay.
Sparkles, if I didn't know better, you would have been a perfect anti-tribute in the Sabbat. I would have probably told her some other time because we're not in the same room, but...
Sparkles, go
well, you never know. There's probably a market for all these bloodsickles and things you can make with blood.
If there's anything I've learned about the century we're living in, there's a market for anything.
That's capitalism. Sparkles, go ahead and make 2 rouse checks for healing up those wounds. Excellent. No hunger gain. Wounds just close. What are you doing with the tracker you found? It looks like a red pill about this big, coated in plastic.
I'm going to let's see. I think I'm going to take it to like a river and try to feed it to fishies or something.
Okay. Bring it to the river.
Not a close by river, like a river like half an hour to an hour away. Or put it on a subway train, like something interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
You're making a literal red herring. That's awesome.
I thought it would be fun. They like to play games with us, so we should play games with them.
Mm-hmm. They'll think that you just like to swim in the river. A lot. So back to the king's domain. He destroys the last device. My realm here is now compromised because of you. Do not worry.
No, we weren't.
My plan all along. I want them to find this place abandoned. Devices. It will give us an opportunity to watch them. You will not find me here again. I will let you know when we shall meet.
King, before we depart, once again, thank you very much for your, not only your hospitality, but your, how would I say, generosity. You could have held us above our heads, but you chose to walk the narrow path, and for that I am grateful. You would make a fine... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, now's the time for allies, not enemies.
Oh, I agree. Well, shall we be off?
The hunter shall be here soon. The king and his entourage quickly pack up and walk out.
When in Rome.
We need to get out of here before they show up.
Toodaloo.
Anyone need a ride? I've got the van today.
Yeah, I'll hop in.
I'd certainly enjoy it. Much more than catching an Uber. You know, the last time I went with one of those, some driver just wouldn't stop talking about his collection of guinea pigs.
That is bizarre.
I know, right?
I've got nothing to say about that.
Since Sparkles watches a lot of spy movies, she's going to warn all the people that work at the movie theater that they could probably be expecting visitors looking for me, but I'm not here, I don't exist. And I'm also going to change my wardrobe and hair as well. And so I'll be checking in sporadically, but they know the drill.
So, how explicit are you when you're warning them? Are you just, is that all you say? Is that people might be looking for you, or do you give them additional?
No, I'm going to explain it in terms of a spy movie because I know that everybody here is a really big movie buff, and they think that I might be auditioning for something. So it sounds like mystery movie. So I'm telling them, I'm playing this game with some people, and it's like a really cool role-playing game. And they're going to pretend to be like these really cool bad guys looking for me. But, I don't exist here. I'm actually going to be at this other place. And so we have to get them over there just to throw them off a little bit. It's like a super exciting game, but I don't know if I want to keep playing with these people because they're kind of aggressive. So, it'd kind of be nice to have some personal space.
Yeah, game, sure.
Just call out the LARP crew, huh?
What?
I said just calling out the LARP community like that, huh?
I'm just saying, like sometimes people are really aggressive and stalkery.
True. It happens.
It does.
PSA, do not stalk people. Excellent. So does everyone prepare for Elysium at this point?
Yeah, I'll drive everyone where they need to go or where they choose to go.
Excellent.
In the end, I settled for the Abyss black shirt. Much more professional looking.
Okay, yeah. I can agree with that. Better than the licorice black, that's too playful.
Yes, it's really for a night on town, not in Elysium.
I've got this really fabulous white frilly bloodstained dress with a bouquet of meat roses.
Meat roses.
I put on a clean shirt, and Bran gets a rainbow handkerchief on his neck.
Are we going to give Harry a makeover as well?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need one, but I don't have any clothes other than the ones that I found in the room that I rented from Genghis.
My ex was about your size. I'm pretty sure you can grab some of the clothes he left behind at my place.
All right, I'll see what I can find. What can I find? Just.
He was a cop, so there's formal wear as well as casual jeans and shirts.
Brilliant. I'll put on some formal wear, get dressed up.
Almost fits.
Blending in
close enough.
Probably is important.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Looks, it looks more like a pre-tailored kind of thing. A lot of people wear clothes that way anyway. And on that note, before Elysium starts, let's take a 5-minute break, and we will be right back.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Blood City, Chicago by Night Chronicle. We recently just had a little meeting with the One-Eyed King, who revealed to our coterie that they all had hunter tracking devices within their body. After a little bit of surgery and a little bit of self-surgery, they were able to remove said devices. However, they need to prepare for Elysium now. Straight from the surgeon's chair to the art museum and party.
Well, on the way there, I'm going to stop by for a bite to eat. Stop by one of the local clubs and see if I can find a young man who happens to like tall bears.
Okay. And Harry is tagging along, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, I am just following behind, drinking whatever falls to the floor.
All right. Could you make a seduction roll, Nigel?
Oh, that's...
It's a subterfuge and manipulation, is that right?
It can actually be persuasion or subterfuge.
Okay, whichever one you want then.
I went with persuasion, and we got a bestial failure, or a bestial...
No, that's just successes, though.
Yeah.
So, still success.
Yeah, the API is a bit misleading, because it lets you know if it could possibly be a bestial. Let's see here. But there's 2 successes with it, which is enough. Although, I suppose that they had to do it that way, because if it is a roll that 2 successes would have still failed, it would have been a bestial failure. Oh wait, no, because it's at least 1 success is not a bestial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also forgot to add the fact that I have the good looks merit.
Okay.
I have the ugly merit, so I'm going to be hiding away.
Nice.
Oh, bait is a paper bag.
All right, so Harry, make a stealth roll.
All right, that is
Stealth
Dex
plus
stealth or composure stealth.
You compose your stealth for this, since you're not just
Brilliant.
ducking away.
I'm good at that.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Roll20 API. Work normally for once. Okay. There we go.
I also healed while I was feeding.
Got it.
Okay.
Got 4 successes on that one.
Kept yourself out of the way long enough, where the seduction went off without a hitch. And how much blood do you take, Nigel?
Dose.
Dose. Okay. And you leave the wounds open for Nigel to also take some blood. Is that right? Or are you gonna?
You mean Harry?
Else? Oh, sorry. For Harry?
Yes. My name's Harry, but my character's Deacon. Yep.
Yeah. The Deacon. So many names on the board.
All right.
Yeah, I'll let Bait lap at the wounds. I'll stick around to close them after he's done.
I'll take as many as I can without killing him.
Well, that's not many after he already took 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hospital bound if you even take 1.
Yep.
I'll take 1 and we'll send him to the hospital. Look, I'm hungry, dog.
Yep. All right, so...
All right. I'll
Trading
seal it
fast,
up
so
and...
you're gonna call 911 or get somebody else to help out or something?
Yeah,
I'm going to tell the bartender that I think somebody slipped... Like, he might have drank too much or something and needs to get to the hospital.
Good call.
He slipped and accidentally lost 60% of his blood. So I don't know how
he
that
slipped
happened.
and just poked 2 holes in his neck. Real
Oh,
weird.
no, I licked the wounds.
Yeah.
So.
He slipped and all his blood disappeared. Whoops.
Oh, just squished right
Yeah, he's
out of
looking
it.
all pale.
Like stepping on a ketchup packet.
I think... I don't know. It's like 1 second we're flirting, the next he sees a friend, and he looks all pale and passes out. I don't know.
Extreme dehydration, right? Yeah. So... so did you just get out of there right after you hand him off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all have a date tonight at the Elysium?
Yep.
So it would seem.
So I imagine the first one to make it there is probably Sparkles. It's the art museum. Some phenomenal pieces are on display. Some classic art. Recently a certain style of art that is particularly bloody and gory.
Ooh.
Is the what do they call it? The premiere exhibition at this time, and of course they've chosen that
Perfect.
hall for the Elysium.
So I will look at all the paintings and scrutinize them until my friends get there.
Okay. Could you make an intelligence academics roll, which I will have a secret message for you if you get high enough here.
No.
And 0 was not high enough. So they are very pretty paintings and bloody and gory.
I actually might want to re-roll that. Can I do that?
You may. Okay. With willpower. You can roll the one.
Yep, with willpower.
Yeah.
1 success.
Okay. I will deliver you a message a little bit later. In the meantime, Augustus is the next to show up at the event.
Yes. May I have taken a point of blood from one of my acolytes before arriving?
Of course. That's probably why you are fashionably late.
Yes, well, the academic 15 minutes.
Yes.
Brilliant. I will be arriving dressed pretty much as usual, just a slightly more noticeable sheen to the shirt. And, of course, contact lenses.
Of course.
Oh, Sparkles. Have you been able to deal with the issue with your stomach?
Yes, I did. Thank you. I was feeling much better, and then I took a long ride on the train, and then I made some fishy friends.
That sounds delightful. Your
So,
fishy friends.
So yes, exactly. They might take an interest in my fishy friends.
See, brilliant. Masterfully done, as always, Sparkles. The brains
I know, I went
behind
around
every
in
one of
circles for a
operation.
couple times too. It was really fun.
May I ask, was it George's idea to, well, have them follow the fishes?
Oh yes, it was definitely George's idea. George is my muse. He thinks of all the fun things to do.
Do you think that we almost lost him? My heart.
I know, I'm so glad we didn't lose him.
These are some rather interesting paintings. Do you know who made them?
Do I know who made them? I was reading all the time. Mr. Storyteller.
They are from various artists, a lot of classic artists from the 17 and 1800s.
So I'm going to talk Augustus's ear off with all the details. And my favorite one, with all the blood splatters.
I've got somebody at my front door.
All right.
Well, I'll gladly listen to anything you have to tell me, Sparkles. After all, you're the artiste of our group, and if anyone knows anything about art, it will be you.
Well, especially this particular type of art, because I'm very fascinated by it. I think one day I want to make a big mural in my haven in a similar style.
I really appreciate the way that they've made the blood look like it's been spattered in multiple layers, like there's certain different tones of brownish red on it.
I know, and look there how it glistens in the light.
Oh, delightful.
A young appearing blonde woman approaches the two of you, admiring the art. Glorious, isn't it?
It is. It's my favorite one so far.
Yes, it's quite breathtaking. If I had one, I mean.
Pleasure to meet the two of your acquaintances. My name is Annabelle. He holds out our hand to shake one of these.
I take her hand and I curtsy graciously.
The pleasure is all mine, Annabelle, and I kiss her hand.
And you are?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm Sparkles. Nice to meet you. And this is my acquaintance, Mr. Augustus.
A pleasure.
Oh, the pleasures. Indeed. I see you are enjoying our Vanitas exhibition. You see, it represents the impermanence of life.
Delightful. The artist has really captured the transience of mortality. Naturally, we, as the opposite, are standing here as observers, not partakers of this journey through life.
It could be that because I'm Malkavian, I feel like this piece is speaking to me. Like it might have some sort of message beyond what it just appears.
I'm back.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, considering that the painter of that particular piece became Malkavian. I am unsure whether or not they were kindred at the time of the painting or slightly after. But this is a little bit of trivia that I've picked up while curating this the show.
Oh, do tell.
Well, you see, every single piece here is made by was painted and created, breathed into existence by artists who, at one time or another, were kindred. Now, some have passed on to the final death since, and although I cannot say for certain whether or not any number of these paintings were painted before or after their death, I like to walk around the gallery and see if I can hear some hidden meaning with each one. See whether or not the spark of life can be seen from the moment they created their art and when their life has extinguished.
Oh, that is so poetic and beautiful. My heart, if I had one, would just be churning.
I knew I was glad to meet you as soon as I laid eyes upon you. Enjoy the night.
Thank you, and I curtsy. I hope to see you again soon.
Charmed as ever. He goes and meets some other kindred, picks up some red liquid in a martini glass from a server.
Ooh, excellent. I might want one of those.
Oh yeah, check it out. So Harry and Deacon and Ben, you've now arrived since you showed up a little bit later. But what's your plan of attack for the night?
First things first, I'm finding Sparkles.
Yeah, I'm finding Sparkles and Augustus.
Okay, you're now all together.
Perfect.
So, anybody know what the plan for tonight? Was there any interesting painting? I say, looking at the wall, at the painting.
Don't you think it captures the transience of mortality, Ben?
Yes. Transience. Lean over to Deacon. What does transience mean?
Impermanence? Does that help?
Lean over to Augustus. What is impermanence?
The passage of time, silly.
Oh.
It means it doesn't last.
Yeah, it does that.
I figured you'd agree with that. So
Talk to that really pretty lady over there.
Turns and waves. Then goes
I
back to
wave
her.
back.
would I be aware, Mr. Storyteller, would I be aware of who this Annabelle actually is, or rather her position in the city?
You would know. Yeah, have you?
No, you're quite right. I'm fairly new, so most likely not, unless I was introduced to everyone in a previous Elysium. It's entirely up to you.
I don't think you. Me at this.
Of course.
Fairly new.
I think Sparkles would be more knowledgeable than probably everybody in her party.
Yes, that seems reasonable.
Okay, yeah. Sparkles. You're a. If politics is a stat.
I believe there is.
No.
I think
I mean,
etiquette is probably where that lands. Oh wait, no, politics. There it is, right above science, underneath occult.
Okay.
Right, but I don't have any points in it. I only have the basic intelligence. Wits resolve.
Sure. Go ahead and etiquette would actually work because both throws parties.
No. I have charisma
Yeah, this
and manipulation. That's it.
let's just say that the name sounds familiar. Or you heard.
That's good.
You see sheriff there. Approach. Eye you up. Running to want to talk to anyone? Elysium? Carry on with the
I'm gonna look around and see if Rosa's there.
Okay. Rosa wasn't in the main hall. Then like she's practical character.
I'm going to butterfly around because I think generally people tend to like me, so I want to just make contacts.
Yes. If she is there, I would like to speak to Sierra von Burus. I suppose she would be Primogen of our clan now, wouldn't she? Because being the first one.
Comes to they haven't officially given her the title, but she's acting on that a month.
I thought her tiger was floating around the city.
Or what?
I thought her sire was floating around the city somewhere.
He is.
Oh, right.
But more of at the price.
For shame. Well, I'm not really speaking about anything in particular. I just want to catch up on the latest news. You know, show some sympathy, show some coherency. After all, we're all in the same boat.
Sparkles just see find corner with a little gaggle of Malkavian. Particular group talk to.
I'm not sure because I don't know if there's anybody. I don't know what my clan is. I don't have a clan really. I'm a thin blood, so I'm not 100% sure who I should talk to. Maybe I'll follow Augustus and see what he's up to.
Bots. Airport.
Ooh, I don't like him. Okay. You know what? I'll have a word with him. I'll see how he's doing.
Rosa.
Ma'am? Well, it looks like that task you gave us, we've got an insider, somebody who's going to feed us all the information on the crack dealings, and we're going to take it down that way.
Excellent. Talk to the agent. Got anything? Havoc?
No, unfortunately, I had to lay low for quite a while due to a frenzy, you know. Got in touch with a dear friend of mine.
That was pretty good.
I see. I can read.
Yeah, unfortunately. But in the meantime, I picked up a friend. I pointed Bran. Whoa. Our cameras went all out of whack on the live feed there.
I've been watching. Lost word, so I'm back now.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I should probably make a point of talking to the agent before the night is through.
Excellent.
And just so you know, from one gangrel to another, we picked up what appears to be a thin blood, and we call him Bait, but he's an ex-hunter, so we've got it in there as well. Are you aware that we got nabbed by hunters for a week?
I've been briefed.
Yeah, well, one of them is on our side now, and by all appearances, it looks like he wants vengeance, but I'm keeping a close eye on him. Exactly. It's part of the reason why I picked up dogs. If he comes after me during the day, they'll eat him.
Are your dogs with you?
One of them is.
Sparkles.
Sparkles next. So there's a gaggle of Malkavians. Quite a sight to be. They don't seem to be all talking about the. Well, laymen, they don't appear to be speaking about the same topic. Complaining about how kids don't. But one that's quite apparent happening. Talking about the shadows following. Recent Gary. Chicago. Is not happy. Sombra, part of the camera, but certain that this was the wrong move, and that great devastation. The other few players who on win one and common move era. They turn towards you. Sparkles.
Good evening. I I would ask how you all are doing, but I think I have a general idea. George and I just wanted to make sure that everyone is well. Excellent, because I feel like when we are most unwell, it's actually more befitting.
No, definitely not. George is in danger. All in danger.
Oh no, don't say that George is in danger. We just rescued George from Hunter.
Jason Lee.
Oh, I see the shadows. Actually, one of them is very nice, so I think he's okay. Yes, if you look, we all have shadows.
Jason jumps. Scare me like that.
Well, you know, if there's multiple lights, we have multiple shadows.
Multiple. More shadows. Us. Oh.
I know, it's terrible and it's wrong. We should ban the shadows from existing.
Ah. Oh, now you're standing. Shadows follow us. Pocket.
Oh no, most definitely not. But we can control them. See, watch. And I'll make shadow puppets.
I think I understand.
Bark, bark, woof.
They could be dogs.
So I'll try to get him to do it with me, yes. Excellent.
You're not too smart.
Well, other than trying to escape from hunters, there was this shady character called the King. Do you know of him? I didn't vote for him, did you?
Terrible system. It's in a governance.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How can there be a king? Prince.
I don't know. I didn't vote for him. I don't know who he is. That's why I'm asking you. Do you know somebody that knows of him?
You say he.
I heard that he has one eye. Oh, and I heard that in the land of the blind, the man with one eye is king. I hope not. I like my eyes.
Why we can't see them?
I can see shadows. I don't know about you, but I can see them. And sometimes they talk to me.
Hey.
But they're saying that we should be very cautious because something could happen. Something terrible could happen. But we're supposed to maybe stay in the city. I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy. But we should definitely watch the new Star Wars movie.
Alexis jump. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So, Alexis, what have you been up to?
Oh, catching up. Star Wars.
Ooh, hunting the hunters. Tell me more.
At first, the hunters traditional type, the cross and stake and blade and holiness. Guns worked pretty well against them. Shoot us, I don't particularly care. Then I shoot them and die. That's how I like my hunt. I don't like the hunter. Shoot them, body armor, them not die.
This is a problem. I had such a problem, and then we were taken and kidnapped. And then they tried to keep George away from me, and there was a man with red glasses. And then there was a big cow, and then we escaped.
How big was this?
It was gigantic. And then we ate his heart. Actually, I ate most of it. It was delicious.
Escaped from?
I think it was north of Chicago, past this little remote town. See, I have it on my GPS.
You were at crib. Down there.
Oh, excellent. I would like to burn the place down and bask in the moonlight.
Jason interjects. Yes. Hold down. Shadows.
What did the shadow ever do to you, mister?
Nothing. What? What did the shadow say?
I think it's okay if we leave them alone for now. We must make a bigger plan.
Justice. Speaking with Sombra.
Ah, Sierra, it's great to see you again. I never got the chance to thank you for your valiant and honestly underappreciated contributions to our clan's survival. New arrivals, I see. Welcome to Chicago, the city of dreams and possibilities and hobos in every corner.
Justice. Recognize skill. How found your knife?
Well, once I actually found a coterie to take me in, and don't be alarmed, you will find yours as well, my new friends. It's been quite nice. I've made some contacts. I've found myself traveling the city, mostly by taxi. I did some spying. I got kidnapped, came back again, met with, well, all kinds of interesting personalities of the city. Tell me, when you signed the agreement with Prince Kevin Jackson, was there ever a clause that said they had to treat us like dirt, or is that just how they do it in the Camarilla?
Seems the prejudice doesn't go away. Hopefully, generate Somta. Unless I'm mistaken, did you say you were kidnapped?
Yes, well, it was a rather brief little excursion to an abandoned air place. Well, air base thing. What's the word for it? Is it air base?
It is.
Air base. Well, thank you. I would recommend, Sierra, that you travel in twos, or threes or fours. a little word of warning between us keepers. There are quite a bit of hunters currently scouring the streets for our kind. It would be very unfortunate to lose you and your skills now that we've gotten this far.
Prudent. There are powers in. Speaking of which, a friend here, Rabbi Kalis Saras.
Now, Rabbi, I have not had the pleasure. Another man of the cloth, I see.
Exactly.
Are you still practicing Judaism, I mean? Impressive. I found it wavering for a while, but I found a new path, and it's been quite rewarding so far. Still, I don't mean to tread upon your faith. It's envious, really, that you have managed to hold onto it for so long. But if your congregation ever finds themselves wishing for something a little bit more, how should I say, decadent, then do let me know. Perhaps we can collaborate.
Decadent.
First of all, I would like to establish that I in no way wish to tempt you away from your faith. I'm merely pursuing something that satisfies myself more to it. I've found myself rather fascinated by the legends and stories of our founding fathers, so to speak. And from what I've heard, the Camarilla itself has loosened its grip on the origin story, so to speak.
Yes, on.
Oh, I would love to do that. Perhaps you might even convert me. If my faith is wavering so far, then who knows? I might see the light once more. Figuratively speaking, of course.
Hard. Phone number. Get in contact with me.
Most certainly. Thank you very much, Rabbi. I appreciate it.
Begin. Finds Noah. Is that correct?
Yes, is he like in a group with people?
He's standing alone. Was discussing a second ago, but he found himself in a glass of.
Perfect. Hey, Noah. Fancy meeting you here.
What did they call you? Your name was.
That's right.
Sorry about. Investment.
Doesn't bother me. Now, I got a few questions for you. So, I don't know the rules of this whole Elysium thing. I'm assuming there's a no fighting rule, so I guess we're both safe for now, but...
Is that a threat?
I think you and I need to have a word in private.
Oh. Big museum. Kind of corner.
All right, let's go do that.
What would you have of me?
I know about your dealings. I'm not stupid. My coterie isn't stupid. You're not subtle.
Stupid. Talking about the dealings with?
No, not with the coterie. Talking about the dealings with my people, the people I worked with.
Sure.
They were operating pretty freely in your airport.
Oh, I see. Talking about the hunters.
I am. Yeah. How'd that happen?
Well, hate to admit it, but it looks like I was caught with my pants down.
Yeah. It seems you get caught with your pants down a lot, for considering it's your domain. And about all that cocaine, what's going on with that?
Oh, not that
Are
it's
you
any of
seeing
your
a cut of
business,
that?
but that was something that I was allowing to happen. Knew about the cocaine.
And you didn't know about the hunters, the armed ex-military operatives roaming around your airport.
As far as I know, when they picked up your friends the first time.
I'm calling bullshit, buddy.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Absolutely. This is not something I'm very good at. Insight, that's wits awareness, right?
No, there should be an.
Or there is an insight thing. Never mind. Wits awareness is perception. That would be charisma. What would be that stat?
It's wits. It's insight plus wits.
All right, got it.
You can always do a rouse roll to raise your stat by 1.
Okay, let's see how that went. 2 successes. Brilliant.
Bit nervous that you're pressing. Hey. You accuse with these. They should kill me, right? You can tell that he's
No.
grasping.
They will kill you. Listen, buddy, they will kill you. But right now, you and I both know that you're more useful to them alive. You can give names, you can give locations, and I think that's what you're doing. And I'm pretty motivated right now to let some other people know about this. I don't have evidence, but I can find it. Trust me, I can find it.
For evidence.
I guess. Now, I want to make one thing clear. This is me giving you an opportunity. You can try to end your dealings with the hunters. Not try. No, you can end your dealings with the hunters. Stop working with them. Go ghost on them. Abandon your domain if you have to. But right now, I'm going after them. And you, by putting your name in with them, you're on my list. Got it?
Well, intimidate.
Absolutely.
Probably.
That would be charisma or manipulation.
Manipulate.
Oh, geez, I'm not good at this one. Oh. Another 2 successes.
Hard blade. Well, destroy me.
I'm gonna kill you, buddy. Just watch your back. Because one day, it's not gonna be today, it's not gonna be tomorrow that I'm gonna kill you, but one day you're gonna forget I made this threat, and that's the day I'm going to put a stake through your heart. And with that, I'm going to leave. Going to go back to the party.
What a go-getter.
Like, Damien walks in. Prince would like to address. Back Jack. Down the hall. Special top representative. Good evening. Have an issue. Second in Chicago. Located. Major big. Striking range. I'd ask it not to panic. Act unusual. Daily. Act strangely. Likely to act. Then left in the game.
Yes. Loud and heartily.
Yeah. You weren't the only one. A couple other chuckles. Most of the people.
Act normally, like a tall berserker.
Going to have to lay low for a while. Get back. Business. Just then, Genghis and his clearly late. It's over. Just why are you interrupting? They killed us all.
Well, they did a poor job of you.
Fuck you, Ben. Look.
You're not my type.
Deal with you.
Bring it.
They burned down the bar. They burned down all my safe houses. Fuck it. We're fucking mercy. You. Looks back at Crew, Sparkles, Justice. You were all at my place. I gave you refuge. Do you have any clue why they attacked us?
Poor fashion sense, your teeth, your face. Could be that odor that never seems to leave you.
If I may, Ben, if you're done with the flirting.
Excuse me.
Well, you certainly asked it. Well, never mind. Does it really matter why they attacked you? They attacked you. They attacked all of us. Clearly, this is a declaration of war. Prince Jackson, do you really think they will stop pursuing us just because we go quiet?
Suppose this does change things. Time to organize a full-on.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly.
On that note, that concludes our session.
Oh,
Chicago by now.
I
Thank you all for joining.